Titillating Tuesday. Does it make you laugh? Does it make you laugh?
Yes. Welcome to Titillating Tuesday, 25th July, 2023. That doesn't seem to be an exceptional day, but every day is exceptional, man. Everyone that's here is exceptional. An exception to the general rule, because the average load of a man is like 3 billion sperm. So for you one to make it through that, you're an exception to the general rule. The egg normally gets them all, but it missed one. Warrior's gonna miss one, You can't be perfect. How to deal with an exception to the general rule? We don't use an exception as a general rule. We don't do that. So an exception is a miraculous occurrence, or something with a low probability of occurring, like the moon occults the sun every now and then, but that doesn't mean that we should switch the street lights on during the day because we've seen one eclipse. So when you have an exception, it doesn't really define the general rule, because that's wasteful and it's inefficient. So an exception has to be treated different. It does not determine the general rule, So how you treat an exception is exactly like that, as an exception. It's something you have to tolerate because it's an exception. Even life itself is an exception to the general rule of no life in the universe. So everything, in fact, is an exception to the general rule. There is no general rule that is at the hands of man. Everything is an exception, and we periodically make up the general rule. But there is no general rules, there's no governing equations. Everything's here coincidentally. So to make general rules to start off with is flawed. So we just an exception, and unless you're designing a world. When you design a world, of course you need general rules, but you don't base those on exceptions. So your world, the world you create, can only be so advanced before you start infringing on the fact that nature can only tolerate the exceptions to your general rule. It's a bit like two sides of the same coin, isn't it? Without a general rule, you can't define an exception to it. Without an exception, you can't really define a general rule. So you either live as an exception or as a general rule. It's entirely up to you. Like I'm an exception to the general rule. No human being has the powers that I have in my head with them. The kind of things I've faced off. And meditating now, I'm sure you can notice certain signs. Just to clear my nose, innit? Cleared now. So it does things like that, It's kind of self-medicating and meditation as well. So it's been that kind of pragmatic day where all the demons that are attacking me have to be pragmatic. They have to realize that I'm an exception to the general rule. They're used to things going their way, but with me it's an exception. And to take on an innocent man, it's like looking for evil, a needle in the haystack. It's very, very hard to find, and you need all kinds of cars and vans to look for something that's not there. So it just looks like they're hunting down an alien or something. Black cars and vans, what's that about? You need to have you won't know is that so anyway, today's job. All right, let's see which one should I do. Okay, that one. What do you call a people that only know division but don't know how to multiply? A divination. Yeah, divination. Yeah, like an acronym. But yeah, so to fight off divination, yeah, is to guarantee that the exception to the general rule is something that the Almighty made. And since the Almighty is the one who knows how to make what's best for us, He made us with ground to stand on, the sun to keep us warm and give us life. Yeah. If it was left to the dumbasses that are trying to overrule the Almighty, they would have forgot to create Earth. If you tell them that the Earth is a bigot or something, they'll want to destroy it. But where are you going to stand? If you tell them that air is somehow racist, they want to destroy it. So where are you going to breathe? So priorities have to be put different. I mean, there's what is there and what you believe to be there. Yeah, if these two things don't match, what are you going with? You know, that's the test that the world is coming. That has come upon the world. Yeah, I mean, there's what's there and there's what we think is there. What are we going with here? You know, it depends what's relevant to you at the time. That depends on what you're doing in your mind. You know, but what is there is very relevant to us, because without the earth for us to stand on, doesn't matter what we believe in, we'll have anywhere to to do that. So some things which are there are more important than what we think is there, you know, and that's for health and safety. So once you lay off health and safety, you can play all you like, but you just don't tamper with the things that we need to know is there, yeah, for us to exist in this reality that we have in it. That's why we make up general rules from the exceptions that the Almighty said, let be. Let it be too. You know, I'm making up stuff now. It's gone over 7 minutes now, so I better wrap it up now. 25th July 2023, Titillating Tuesday, I'm out.
Titillating Tuesday. Does it make you laugh? Does it make you laugh?
Like, subscribe, share.